How are ya? Welcome to Comic Con. To celebrate the release of the 2019 film Joker, I decided to look at Batman's most iconic villain. Not only that, he is the most iconic supervillain in comic book history and one of the most iconic villains in literature. Special thanks to these people for voting for me to do a video about the Joker. Thanks guys, and as always, keep your suggestions coming. So here we go. This is 100 facts about the Joker. Let's dive in. The Joker debuted in Batman #1 in 1940. This comic was also the debut of Catwoman. The writers strongly considered killing off Joker after one issue. They changed their mind at the last minute. In 2013, IGN ranked their top 100 supervillains and ranked the Joker at number 2. Number 1 was Magneto. His lackeys usually dress in clown mask or clown makeup. Sometimes he calls his lackeys Smithers. This is a reference to Mr. Burns' lackey Smithers in the animated show The Simpsons. His main weapon is his Joker venom, a toxin that makes its victims go into uncontrollable fits of laughter before dying with a distorted grin on their face. Weirdly, a nerve toxin like the Joker's venom actually existed 3,000 years ago. The Phoenicians used the toxins from the water dropwort plant on their enemies, the Sardinians. The people were poisoned to death and left with horrific grins on their face. The Joker usually wears a flower on his jacket that can spew sulfuric acid. In the 2004 animated series The Batman, the Joker is depicted as a dreadlocked albino. When he created his Joker venom, the first thing he tested on was his cousin's cat, Muffin. The toxin was successful, and the cat died with a sinister grin on its face. Before he was Batman's arch nemesis, Joker was a loser called Jack who worked at a chemical plant called Ace Chemical. He was forced to commit crimes by gangsters to support his pregnant wife, Jeannie. Batman's interference forced him to fall into a vat of chemicals which permanently left him with white skin, green hair, red lips, black nails, and a grotesque smile. It also left his mind completely deranged. Shortly before he went into Ace Chemicals as the Red Hood, the Joker was told by the police that his wife died in a boiler accident. Joker didn't learn until many years later that this wasn't true. Although the Joker was meant to be the inside man for criminals to get in and out of Ace Chemicals, he nearly chickened out as he was scared he'd be thrown into jail. When the gangsters he was working with learned of this, they had Jeannie killed and made her death look like an accident. The man who murdered Jeannie is Oliver Hammett. He was a police officer. The Joker only learned this because the Riddler happened to be in the building opposing Jeannie's and saw Hammett kill her. Before he turned into the Joker, Jack dreamed of being a comedian. He did one gig and nobody laughed. Joker's origin was finally unveiled in Detective Comics number 168 in 1951. In this story, Batman first met Joker in a playing card factory. Joker and Batman were once injected with a virus. They were forced to team up to find a cure and to stop others from being infected. When a stamp company created a new set of stamps with images of iconic comedians on the front, Joker was offended that he wasn't included. Later, it was revealed that anyone who licked the stamps were poisoned to death. Naturally, the Joker was accused of poisoning the stamps and so was sentenced to death. Bizarrely, Batman proved the Joker was innocent, saving his arch-nemesis' life. Although everyone says Joker is crazy, he is clinically diagnosed as a textbook borderline personality disorder sufferer since he tends to express rage in a very dramatic way. Some would even say theatrical. An Englishman called Jarvis Poker was so inspired by the Joker that he took on the identity of the British Joker. However, Poker is not as ruthless and acts more like a prankster. The Joker tried to sell fish to the public that were filled with this Joker venom. Bizarrely, he tried to get the fish copyrighted. Weirder still, this story was adapted into an episode of the cartoon Batman, the Animated Series. In an alternative universe, the Joker was cured of his insanity and he became an upstanding citizen. On the other hand, Batman had become twisted after seeing the darkest side of humanity for years and so became a villain. This story, Batman White Knight, is considered to be one of the best Joker stories ever. If you are a big fan of the Joker, I cannot stress how much you should read this story. Buy it on Amazon right now. He had a pet gorilla called Jackanapes. He claims that looking after Jackanapes was one of the most rewarding moments in his life. He taught his pet ape to assist him with his crimes. Legendary singer Frank Sinatra desperately wanted to play the Joker in a Batman adaptation. His first evil scheme was to poison the water supply of Gotham. He avoids the death penalty since he is classified as insane. He has been exposed to so much of his own poisons, his blood is tainted. When a mosquito sucks his blood, it writhes and whines, choking on tainted blood. Since the Joker is basically the most famous supervillain ever, you might be wondering, why did he never get his own comic series? And the answer is,
He did, during the 1970s. Sadly, the comic tanked and was cancelled after only 9 issues. In his first appearance, the Joker disguised himself as a police officer to get close to his targeted victim. This idea was implemented into the film The Dark Knight. You would assume that the police could figure out who the Joker is by just checking his fingerprints. Sadly, the chemicals that turned him into the Joker wither his fingerprints away. His fingerprints are perfectly smooth.
Joker has had many opportunities to unmask Batman. However, he finds his identity irrelevant and claims his mask is his face. When the Joker was a child, he was looked after by his aunt Eunice. She starved and beat him regularly and used to wash his face with bleach. When he ran from her, she would scream, "You think you're funny? You think you're a comedian?" Obviously, this verbal abuse has had a lasting impression on the Joker. His aunt killed the Joker's uncle Horace by performing a Colombian necktie. This method involves cutting the victim under the chin and then pulling their tongue out so it droops down like a necktie. His childhood still affects him and he has flashes of it from time to time. The Joker can't not smile even if he wanted to. The accident that turned him into the Joker severed the nerves around his face, so he always has a sinister grin. He carries sharpened playing cards and hurls them as projectile weapons. The Joker leaves the wind-up toy, chattering teeth, to alert Batman that he is nearby. Joker sometimes uses decoys to impersonate him in Arkham Asylum while he escapes. It usually takes a few days for the guards to notice. Joker calls his decoys the Slapstick Men. He is nicknamed the Clown Prince of Crime. He is also known as the Ace of Knaves, the Mirthful Menace, the Harley Quinn of Hate, and the White Duke of Death. A police officer dressed up as Batman to get the attention of the Joker. When the Joker attacked this Batman, the cop shot him in the head. Shortly after he got shot in the head, the Joker cut his own tongue in two. I'm not sure why. Then again, I'm not sure why the Joker does anything. His preference on how to kill Batman is strangulation. The Joker claims that he could not exist without Batman. The Joker has a pet cat with 2 heads. In an alternative timeline, Bruce Wayne was killed as a child, which made his mother, Martha, snap, and she became the Joker. In the comics, Batman and Joker have been duking it out for 80 years. Wow, they must be getting really bored and tired. In an alternative story, the Joker is a pirate. Also, in my opinion, this is the scariest looking Joker ever. I mean, look at him! His most infamous moment is when he battered the second Robin, Jason Todd, with a crowbar. He then blew Jason up with a bomb. His second most infamous moment is when he shot Batgirl in the spine, confining her to a wheelchair. Joker cries to Harley Quinn about his insecurities. In an alternative universe, Bruce Wayne became Superman and Lex Luthor became the Joker. The Joker is incapable of being sexually attracted to anyone. Batman believes the Joker is the scariest supervillain because he has no true pattern. There is a good Joker in another universe called the Jokester. Ironically, every superhero in this universe is evil. The Joker murdered Commissioner James Gordon's wife, Sarah. According to Batman, Joker kills approximately 19 people per year. The Joker once stole the powers of a fifth-dimensional imp and rewrote the universe in his image, where he tortured and killed Batman daily before resurrecting him. As I said, Joker killed the second Robin, Jason Todd. Black Mask killed the fourth Robin, Stephanie Brown. Stephanie Brown isn't actually considered to be an official Robin, but let's not get into that. When the Joker learned this, he tracked down Black Mask and tried to kill him because he wanted everyone to know that killing Robin is my job. Despite what many people believe, his appearance is not inspired by a playing card. Joker is based on the character Gwynplaine from the 1928 movie The Man Who Laughs. The film revolves around a man who has a sickening grin permanently on his face. In an alternative story, Batman's valet, Alfred, sees Bruce Wayne trying to find purpose as a young man, still shaken from the death of his parents. When he decides to become Batman, Alfred becomes the Joker, believing that Bruce Wayne needs a nemesis to drive him. A 2007 story created a new origin for the Joker. In this tale, the Joker was such an efficient criminal, he had no chance of being caught and so became bored of his life of crime. He was about to end his life until he saw a new superhero in Gotham, Batman. Batman seemed invincible and could defeat any foe. The Joker fantasized about becoming Batman's greatest villain and therefore gave him a reason to continue living. The Joker has seen Alfred act when he used to be a thespian. His favorite performance of Alfred was as the Fool in King Lear. Batman does not believe the Joker is insane. He believes the Joker is simply evil. Joker's cell number is 0801. Batman sees this number as a sick joke since the 8th and first letter of the alphabet spell ha. He briefly served as the ambassador to Iran for the United Nations. And if you think that's weird, that is exactly the same comic where he kills Robin. Before Harley Quinn became the Joker's sidekick, he had a lackey called Gagsworth A. Gagsworthy. He was described as dwarf extraordinary, refugee from a circus, and now court gesture to the Clown Prince of Crime. The Justice League journeyed into the Joker's mind. Don't ask why. They learned that there's a piece of Joker's mind that hasn't been corrupted and he secretly pines for a peaceful, happy life. He has teamed up with Daffy Duck.
His best friend is the Penguin. He's such good friends with the Penguin, he talks about his old life when he was a normal man long before he became the Joker. In fact, the Joker cried when he thought the Penguin died. He once skinned a man alive from the neck down. Even by Joker standards, that's pretty messed up. Although the Joker is known for being the ultimate psychopathic killer, he didn't kill anyone in the comics for years. The writers were worried that Batman looked incompetent since he didn't kill Joker, knowing that he was never going to stop murdering people. In 1954, Joker stopped killing. For decades, he acted like a prankster rather than a serial killer. This is the way he's portrayed in the 1966 TV show Batman by Cesar Romero. DC editor-in-chief Julius Schwartz didn't like the Joker, and so his character didn't appear from 1969 to 1973. He returned in the Joker's five-way revenge. It was the first time the Joker killed someone in decades. He has fought Judge Dredd. Batman has created over 100 vaccines for Joker's poisons. Joker truly believes the real reason Batman does not kill him is because he loves him. His daughter from another universe, Duella Dent, was a member of the superhero team, the Teen Titans. When the Atom entered the Joker's mind to cure him of a disease, he got a glimpse of the Joker's upbringing. The Joker was unstable from early childhood as he violently attacked children at his school. When he learned that his parents were considering getting rid of him, he burned the house down with them still alive. Joker stands 6'5". Really? Wow, he's really tall. Joker has teamed up with Lex Luthor on several occasions. In an alternative story, Batman became Green Lantern. Green Lantern's nemesis, Sinestro, absorbed the energy of Joe Chill, the man who killed Batman's parents. This drove Sinestro insane, and he became a Joker-like character. His favorite show is The Three Stooges. There's a pig parody of the Joker called The Porker. In an alternative story, Batman and Joker merge to form a Jekyll and Hyde-like personality. He keeps a shard of kryptonite in a teddy bear in case he encounters Superman. When he heard Batman was marrying Catwoman, the Joker went insane. More so, he went on a killing spree and sprayed "Where's my invitation?" in his victim's blood. Many people assume that Batman won't kill the Joker because he would think that would make him no better than him. However, Batman has admitted that, "I truly believe that if I did it, if I killed Joker, Gotham would just send me someone worse, maybe even send him back, but worse than before." Due to being exposed to excessive chemicals, Poison Ivy, Bane, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, and Scarecrow are immune to Joker's toxins. Batman and Commissioner Gordon have been exposed to the Joker venom. They are among the very few to survive. The most famous story of the Joker is Batman the Killing Joke. This story shows the origin of the Joker. This book was never supposed to exist in the official DC universe, but fans loved it so much that it has been accepted as canon. The Joker became who he is today after falling into a vat of chemicals. Batman examined the contents of the vat to understand what it did to the Joker's mind. The chemicals in the vat were 11% sodium hydroxide, 34% sulfuric acid, 5% chromium solution, and zinc sulfide doped with copper. According to Batman, it should be impossible for any human being to survive being exposed to this concoction. Although Joker likes birds, he detests robins. If he hears a robin singing, he will shoot it. This is an obvious reference to when he killed Robin. Many years ago, police officers found a bunch of dead bodies with white skin and distorted grins on their faces. According to Commissioner Gordon, a paramedic nearly drops the stretcher because he can't stop himself from throwing up. This was the first sign of the Joker's existence. Batman admitted to Robin that he fantasizes about killing the Joker every day. The Joker's prison ID is usually 11940. This is a reference to his first appearance in Batman 1 in 1940. He didn't name himself the Joker, the name was given to him by the media. When he first heard it, he said, "I like my new name, the Joker." Funny that I didn't think of it. During a live broadcast, a news reporter discussed how the mental institution, Arkham Asylum, was going to be reopened. Suddenly, she burst out laughing, and her skin turned white, and her hair turned green. After she dropped dead, the Joker revealed himself on live television. This was how the Joker publicly revealed himself for the first time. When the DC Universe rebooted itself, a lot of readers were curious what the writers were going to do with the Joker. What was the Joker going to do on his first appearance to grab readers' attention? Do you know what he did? The Joker cut off his own face and then wore it as a mask. Also, in this reboot, the Joker knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne. Luckily, the Joker doesn't care about Bruce's identity. He sees Batman as the fake and Batman as the real deal. He has no intention of revealing his identity to the world so he can continue to play. After Arkham Asylum was destroyed, it was rebuilt at Wayne Manor and became known as Arkham Manor. This facility was run by Eric Border. Or so it would seem. The name border is derived from the homophone for bourder, which is an archaic word for jester. Joker was running Arkham for months under the guise of order without anyone knowing. By the time Batman found out, Joker had already infected the inmates with his toxin, forcing them to go on a killing spree. In this story, the Joker used his most powerful toxin on all of Gotham. Police officers, Arkham inmates, superheroes. It caused the sufferers to kill whoever they loved the most. If the infected weren't inoculated within a day, they would die. Batman believed the cure would lie in the first person the Joker tested on, who was dubbed Patient Zero. Batman learned that the Joker intentionally created the strain on the person Batman should hate the most, Joe Chill, the man who murdered Bruce Wayne's parents. The Joker could have chosen anyone to be Patient Zero, but he intentionally picked Chill just to mess with Batman's mind. He forced Chill to reenact the murder of Wayne's parents just to get under Batman's skin. If Joker needs to kidnap or kill guards while he's in Arkham Asylum, he tends to go for the ones with no families, so it'll take longer for anyone to notice they are missing. Batman and his team have seen century-old pictures of a being known as the Pale Man, who Batman believes may or may not be the Joker. He isn't sure if Joker is a man or some kind of ancient being. Joker's laughing gas concoction is mainly composed of hanium. Its chemical sign is Ha. When he combines it with itself, the chemical sign is literally ha 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 ha. Joker has killed over 2,000 people. Troy Baker is the only actor to portray the Joker and Batman. He provided the voice of the Joker for the first time in Batman Arkham Origins. He provided the voice of Batman and the Joker in the 2019 animated film Batman vs. the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is Troy Baker as the Joker.
I've been waiting so long I thought you'd forgotten about our little deal.
And this is Troy Baker as Batman.
Shredder. So that's his name. I'd heard of a Foot Clan, but I thought they'd went extinct ages ago.
He's been a member of the Injustice Gang and the Injustice League. However, he rarely teams up with anyone, as supervillains are simply too terrified to ally with the Joker. And for the 100th fact, Batman came into contact with a cosmic force known as the Mobius Chair, a device that contains almost all the information in the universe. To test if it works, Batman asked the chair who killed his parents. The chair gave the correct answer, Joe Chill. He then asked the big question: what is the Joker's true name? The answer was, there are 3 Jokers. Despite the fact this story took place in 2015, the explanation for this revelation will only be revealed this year or next year. So we just have to wait. Bit annoying. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you like these facts, check out my books. They're all available on Amazon on paperback and Kindle. Let me know if there's any other DC characters you want me to do a video about, and I'll upload it as soon as possible.